We are here in Treaty 6 territory, right smack dab in the incredible Enoch Cree Nation, and we are at the powwow grounds! See? Told you. It's pretty cool.
We're celebrating here 25 years of existence and success. So we're very, very pleased that we've had the longevity.
I think Cando is an organization that has created a lot of hope for First Nation peoples. And I think it's an organization that has really found a place for its work in training leaders, training economic development officers, looking at communities. So now First Nation people have a place to go to face the challenges that they face. So I mean, thank goodness for Cando. You know, if it wasn't for Cando, in all likelihood, some of the successes that have occurred wouldn't have happened.
We're really excited that Enoch Cree First Nation could act as our host for this week's events.
It means a lot to us that Cando came to Enoch and celebrated a milestone for the organization. What Cando does is they facilitate conversations. They facilitate and build bridges between business and First Nations. They've done it for us. They built a bridge between the City of Edmonton and Enoch Cree Nation that's going to set us up for the next 25 years.
So to the organizers of this conference and to Enoch, thank you for the opportunity to be part of something that is so very wonderful.
The Women in Business panel was spectacular. That's a highlight for a lot of people. But what made this one really great is the diversity that was on the panel.
And what was really great, all four different backgrounds and industries, but a lot of common themes. It was really interesting to see that although there was this diversity in the industries that they were in, still common themes around the barriers and things that they had to overcome.
Well, I think it's a fantastic organization. I think that it's so important to take these moments to have conversations specifically about economic diversification and development. My attention is really focused on how can we plan for the future. So how do we as Indigenous peoples really see ourselves as being culturally diverse and together as a people within the future. So being able to look at technologies, see where they're going and prepare for those was something that I was really passionate about.
It is so important that these discussions are happening because I think there's so many people out there that have brilliance inside of them that they have not shared, that they don't realize has so much power to help others. You don't know how many people in the room it's touched and maybe inspired to take some steps that they wouldn't have.
And then also plant the seeds for young Indigenous women and young women throughout Canada, that we have these role models, we have done it. It's not always an easy journey, but it's a really meaningful and rewarding journey. And I think that those are the messages that we need to spread for Indigenous youth in particular.
A lot of my teachings it seemed internal, and that's where a lot of my strength came from, to really feel confident in the way I walk my life today.
The youth panel is our way of showcasing our youth to our business community and our EDOs and those corporate sponsors that come out and support us every year. But it's actually very, very powerful when you see the young people who are focusing on business, not because of the money that they're going to make, but the people that they can positively influence and help along the way.
What I realize is that we're all in the same boat. We all have the same purpose. We're all trying to help out. We all want to see entrepreneurs succeed in their community and see these businesses flourish and become sustainable by creating jobs for themselves, as well as creating employment opportunities for their members in the future.
I do think back to that Cando moment, and I'm really grateful to have been the scholarship recipient for the NIAF 2 years ago as a scholarship recipient, which absolutely helped me to complete my MBA studies. I felt really humbled to join the panel this morning of young people who are doing just that, right? Leading solutions in their communities and being supported in that journey.
Need reassurance that there is people out there that can support them, that are their leaders that they can look up to.
Very impressive, very inspiring, and keep up the good work.
The SETI panel it brings together municipalities and First Nations communities to talk about how they can work together and overcoming a lot of different barriers.
One of the things that we're currently working on is called a boundary interface protocol strategy. And what that does is bring us together, Enoch Cree Nation together with the City of Edmonton, as well as our other neighbors, Parkland County, to start setting some protocol around how we talk to each other, when we talk to each other, and on what issues do we talk to each other when it comes to development or issues that affect common boundaries. So for instance, if somebody's putting up a business development, or we want to talk about wildlife corridors, or we want to talk about shared infrastructure, we've set up a way that we can come to the table together and make sure that we're keeping in communication about these important issues that will affect us.
So that's really unique. Traditionally, First Nations have dealt with the Crown, with Ottawa. Cooperation has not been with municipalities. I didn't really know that. I didn't think about that till we got together with Enoch and we're told those stories. Allowing Edmontonians to have those experiences of meeting Indigenous people where they're at and recognizing there's nothing to fear and there's lots to learn from their culture, from their art, from their music. It is a rich, rich cultural tradition that we've been ignoring at our loss.
We share similar challenges that require social innovation, such as housing, homelessness, racism, transit services for our citizens. We share similar challenges and opportunities such as economic development and business interests as well. At the heart of all of this work that we're doing are people. It's our children, it's our children's children, and the future generations of children yet to come. We have a responsibility to create a set of circumstances that will set everyone up for success. And we need to keep the human element at the basis of all the work that we do.
The reason that we hold the EDO Awards is to celebrate the businesses that are out there in our communities, helping their own communities achieve some of the goals that they set for themselves in economic development, which is helping our people get opportunities for employment, get training, and get essential skills for operating their own businesses.
At the end of the day, it is about what can we do for our community moving forward. In our particular role, it's about economic development and building infrastructure, building an economy.
While the category was individual EDO, it really is a group effort in terms of community, in terms of our team back home in the corporation, our leadership, and our community members at large, and really accepting it on their behalf, really. It means a lot, but mostly because it's a reflection of what we're trying to do for the community back home.
Say it's quite an honor because of the company that we're in. This is pretty big.
I'm very humbled. I didn't realize the scope of the nomination. I didn't realize that sort of all the people that were involved and what happened to get me to this point. What I wanted to come through in my presentation is that it's not just about the business. It was a matter of representing how well it blended with a family, maintaining a traditional lifestyle, and on top of it, doing a reasonable job at business. So hopefully it can inspire other people to go and do the same for themselves.
And I'm going to speak today about our community and how we've come such a long way in such a short period of time.
I believe that winning the award will help our community continue to grow. We're still not at our maximum potential, and having the ability to get nationally recognized is definitely going to help us continue to grow.
Cando's a great family. And what makes Cando a great family is that we recognize and celebrate success. The story that we're telling and the story that everybody else is telling about us is rapidly changing. We are resilient, we're amazing, we're beautiful, we're strong, and we have the entrepreneurial spirit that goes back to the beginning of time. So we recognize greatness, and greatness exists right here in our communities. And to see people just getting more and more progressively more and more excited, saying, this is my first one and I can't wait to come back next year. I'm a lifer, I'm a part of the family. It's just so great to see.